tonight, eh?
Milo, is that you?
There, I think I got it. Okay, so this is June the 25th. This podcast is being done on June the 25th. Let me check my handy dandy calendar here just to make sure that that's the right day. I'm going to the June. Yeah, June 25th is when this is Drive Time Radio on June the 25th. This is, Sterling's listening to this, Sterling Stewart or Tom Jacobs or everybody's listening. Joe Cummings on the way to work in his Tacoma. Where we're doing Drive Time Radio. And right here I have a whole bunch of guys from Wisconsin. It's two guys from Green Bay, home of the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Mike Wichowski and Mike the Spoon Ostertag. And then we have Andy Dorsch from Ripon. It's not Ripon, it's Ripon.
It's Ripon.
It's Ripon. It's not Ripon. Are you happy to be here, Andy?
If I was any happier, I'd be twins.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm bringing my A game today.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to talk about the barbecue that we're having on July 21st. Are you guys coming?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So there's going to be at least 4 of us. We're going to.
Spoon hasn't said yes though yet.
Oh yeah. Are you coming, Spoon?
Yeah, I'm coming.
So we were going to have a meeting about planning it, and we thought, hey, why don't we just have a podcast about planning it? Why be secretive? Why not just put it out there for the whole world to hear?
Right. Share the fun.
Great idea.
Yeah. Are you coming, Andy?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Are you bringing
watermelon and all?
Yeah, you're bringing my watermelon back.
It's It resembles a watermelon, but I'm not sure it's a watermelon anymore.
Yeah, you don't like watermelon.
I don't care for it, no.
No, I think that's un-American. Is that not un-American? Aren't you on July 4th? One Canadian, 3 Americans. Aren't you on July 4th? Aren't you supposed to sit around and drink sarsaparilla and eat watermelon?
I think you're supposed to blow stuff up.
Yeah. That's typically what we do.
Yeah, we celebrate our independence by lighting things on fire and blowing things up.
Blowing up watermelon.
Whether they're ours or not.
So, yeah. Yeah. So who's bringing the barbecue?
Well, can we talk about this for a second?
Absolutely. Go for it. That's why
Because
we're having...
I had to convince Mr. Spoon here about 2 days ago that, now correct me if I'm wrong, that when you go to a barbecue or have a barbecue, you actually need to have a barbecue grill, correct?
Yes.
So Mr. Spoon was under the impression that maybe we should just leave it behind and bring the food pre-cooked.
Oh.
And
see, my idea was that in my defense, Your Honor, I had the idea that it may be easier for everybody involved that we bring a Nesco and I pre-grill everything here, and then we put them in the Nesco, and everybody can kind of serve themselves as the day goes on.
What's a Nesco?
A Nesco.
Something that doesn't belong at a barbecue.
They do too.
Incorrect, little Mike.
They are essential at a barbecue, especially if you're doing large quantities of stuff.
How do you spell it?
And that Nesco.
So just the way it sounds.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a disaster.
It's like a crock pot type of thing.
A crock pot? What the heck?
But it's not a crock pot.
What are we
It's
going
a
to
large crock pot. It gets really hot.
They can't. Only if you crank them up.
All right, but
it's
cook a turkey.
Roaster oven. It's a roaster oven, homemade jerky for all your adventures. And it's a slow... So Nesco is a company that makes all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And which one are you...
And that was my thought. I could just grab one of those, bring that, and then bring the meat down already grilled, make a nice little brine, and put all that stuff in there and let it heat through over the course of the day. The problem is what about power source?
Yeah. I could bring my generator, but if it's out of gas.
There you go.
I'm sure someone from the UP would give us a little juice.
That was my thought. That was kind of my thought. But if it is really necessary, I can bring the grill. That is not a big deal.
Isn't half the fun flipping burgers and grilling them up and having
That's what I said.
Depends on who's doing the flip.
Well, I'm happy to cook. I can cook a burger. We can all take turns.
Absolutely.
We don't need to make it complicated. What we want is a barbecue, some hamburgers, some hot dogs, and some buns, and your basic condiments. No ketchup.
Yeah, I don't think ketchup should even be allowed on the premises.
No, I don't think so.
Even for the hamburgers.
Yeah.
Eat them dry.
Eat them dry. Yeah. That's right. We're going to just eat them dry.
I don't know if I want to come anymore.
Make sure the buns are like at least 5 days old. You've left them out on the counter.
I'll cook the burgers to shoe leather.
Yeah, we'll just cook the burgers so they're like.
So am I thinking 40 hamburgers?
Yeah, like we can start with that. Like I have no idea how many people are coming. I know Jordan Kramer, who lives in Cincinnati, he said he got a room and he's coming, and Tony and Shane are coming, and I'm coming, and so I mean,
are we doing a sign up thing like last year?
Yeah, we'll start time, but we'll have the sign up thing after the show here. This is why we're having a show. We're getting everybody excited. Although now I'm starting to get concerned that they're thinking that it's going to be like, just a big cooler full of pre-cooked burgers.
And all the watermelon.
Podcast.
Yeah.
All right, I will bring the grill.
Okay.
Don't forget the gas.
I was just going to put that. I'm ready. I have a note card here, and it says AML BBQ podcast notes.
There you go. And I thought you were going to buy. You were all excited about buying the burgers or something.
Yeah, I'm going to get the burgers from Badger Wholesale.
Yum.
Are they good?
You've had those, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They don't suck, do they?
No, and they're inexpensive too. At least the last time I bought them.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about getting the seasoned ones, which might be a little bit more expensive, but that's okay.
Should we have cheese?
Gotta have cheese.
We live in Wisconsin. We have cheese.
Yeah. One of us is not. One of us is. Mike. Spoon. As soon as we get 500 patrons, I'm going to improve your internet.
Perfect.
Make sure nobody else is talking before you talk, because you keep cutting out. And we want to hear every one of your bad ideas.
You guys need a life.
So let's go through the checklist here. Okay, so Mike, you don't mind bringing the barbecue?
No, I that whatsoever.
Okay, and you're buying the burgers?
Yeah,
I'm paying for them, of course. The AML is paying for them, and what about hot dogs?
Gotta have hot dogs.
Absolutely.
I'm a burger guy. I have no idea about hot dogs.
All right.
Well, we got a
I'm
pretty
stepping
sweet.
back from the hot dog.
All right.
Well, we could either do the Costco variety, or we got a pretty sweet meat market down here by Ripon that has pretty tasty hot dogs.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind bringing the hot dogs, that would be great. So
I'll bring the hot dogs.
So we got Spoon bringing the barbecue and the hamburgers. Andy's going to bring the hot dogs. Anybody volunteer for buns, or do you want me to stop and get buns? Or do you guys have a good bakery or something around there?
I can grab them here. I mean,
all right. So little Mike is going to get the buns and cheese. What about cheese?
Sure.
Andy, you must have good cheese around there.
Yeah, we do. Depends on just the cheese for the burgers or cheese for eating?
No, just cheese for burgers. Just cheese slices for burgers.
Okay.
Grab some slices off the government block and just put it on.
See, we pretty much got it covered at that point. We got your burgers. We got your hot
condiments.
Okay. Your condiments. Well, then we can just buy at Walmart.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I can buy those at Walmart, or I can bring those. Because that's just you get your relish, you get your mustard, no ketchup. What do you need besides relish and mustard? Pickles,
Onions.
tomatoes,
Gotta have onions.
Yeah.
onions. Oh no, okay, now it's getting all right. So we'll get onions, tomatoes, pickles, mustard, and relish.
Well, wait a minute. Time out.
Chili.
Time out.
No chili. Huh? Now that's
seriously, Clark.
Yeah, come on. Now it's getting now it's getting difficult. We want to watch trains.
You know what? If you want chili, bring a can of Hormel, open it up, leave it on the
gross.
sidewalk, let it heat up, go have at it.
You could put it in the Nesco.
Like, good. There you go.
I don't even know what a Nesco is.
What about the vegetables? Couldn't we just get the vegetables right down there? Isn't there that grocery store right in Rochelle, right by the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that on Saturday morning. I can just go whip into Walmart or wherever and get some tomatoes and pickles and condiments.
Bring your finest set of Ginsu knives.
Yeah, like if you bring 40 burgers and Andy, you bring 40 hot dogs, and if we have more people, then we can just whip over to Walmart and buy some more stuff. Right? Like we want to.
Yeah. Walmart's only a couple miles away, isn't it?
Exactly. And we want to keep it simple because we have no idea how many people are coming. And if we have the same number of people as last year, would we have like 22 people last year? And we chew through the burgers and the hot dogs, well, it'll be a good day. And if we need more, well, that's cool. And if we don't, well, that's cool too.
Oh, they got a grocery store right there in town.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't want
One of us can run out.
We want to keep it simple so that we can have fun. I think, anyways.
What about? Okay, since we got that pretty well covered, what about the canopy?
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Do any of you guys have one of those canopies?
I do not.
Andy?
I do not.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, then I'll have to make sure I bring a canopy.
How are you going to are you going to be able to bring that through customs?
Well, it's a canopy, not a gun.
Well, with the way things have been nowadays, you never know.
It's a friggin' canopy.
Just saying.
All right. Well, then we can buy an official AML. I don't think they're very expensive, are they? What do they call
$100?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're that much, are they?
What do they call them?
Let me look on Amazon.
What do they call them? Pop-up canopies?
Something like that.
I'd send one to little Mike, but he's going to call the cops.
Right? Oh, they are about $100.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Here's one here. The trade show 10 by 10 canopy tent. $93.40. Easy.
So what about the clinic?
What clinic?
Oh, we got to have some
Your
tables
clinic.
before we do that. Get too far.
What clinic?
I got a 6-foot table. That's not a big deal. I got one of those resin tables.
Yeah, I
can
did too. Bring it. Should we bring two of them?
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah,
Might as well have two of those right away.
Yeah, bring a couple of tables. And what clinic are you talking about?
Well, last year you had the hot dog condiment clinic.
Right. What clinic are we having this year?
I don't know. That's up to you.
I'm not doing a clinic. That was a one-time offer.
Oh, now see, I would beg to differ. I think that as tradition should dictate,
Yes.
that you as Grand Master of the entire ceremony should come up with a clinic.
Well, here's the way I see this shaking out. Okay, it's time for our clinic. Mike, take it away. All I want to do is eat some burgers, sit in my canvas chair, and watch some trains. And if we happen to all have fun doing it, bonus.
Perfect.
It's like
if a clinic pops up, it pops up.
yeah, exactly. I don't see another clinic in my future. I look like a fat old guy.
Maybe Andy could do a how to thieve a watermelon clinic.
Yeah, exactly. Or we could do a watermelon slicing clinic. I'm guessing Andy's bringing a watermelon, even though he hates them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm
Kind
guessing
of goes
that-
against my moral fiber.
Who's got those anymore?
I could do a clinic on how to double fist a couple hot dogs. That's easy, but I don't know, watermelon. Ugh.
Well, why don't you know what you should do, Spoon? You should put 2 or 3 burgers, pre-cooked burgers, in your Nesco. Cook up a couple of hot dogs, put them in your Nesco, and say that if we hadn't had this discussion, this is what you'd be eating.
Well, no.
No. And I'll have some cookies. We'll have some of Barb's famous chocolate chip cookies.
You wouldn't be allowed in the States if you didn't bring them.
Exactly. Well, you never friended her on Facebook. What is that? What's that?
I beg to differ. I did too.
I don't think
I'm her friend.
I don't think you are.
I am.
All right, if you say so.
I'm gonna look great now.
I'll bet you any money you didn't do it, because I said to Joe Cummings yesterday, he was like all excited he might get chocolate chip cookies, and I said, well, first you have to friend her, and like 30 seconds later it popped up on her screen.
What about brownies?
Yeah, who's gonna make brownies?
I can make brownies.
All right, are you making them or is Christina making them?
I'll make them.
Uh-oh. Yeah, bring whatever. Anybody that's listening to this that plans on coming, bring whatever you'd like to bring. We'll put it out after the show. We'll put it out on the Facebook page. We'll put we'll make a post and we'll pin it up and we'll say, okay, so who else coming to the barbecue? Because I'm pretty sure there's at least 10 of us, and there's probably going to be more than that. And is Luke coming, do you think?
I talked to him yesterday and he said he was not.
Oh, see, he's already lost interest.
He something with his rest days.
Yeah, he stopped by the depot in Matlock today because they were on their way on the high seas across the lake.
I saw that
on the car ferry. Yeah,
the old SS Badger.
Yep.
The old SS Badger. Yeah, and my conductor and I and Luke were taking bets on how long it would take before Becky threw up, but it didn't happen, so I lost. But he didn't mention it to me, so
you probably.
I can imagine he's probably not going to be there.
You probably floated that Nesco idea by him.
Jeez.
Is there anything?
Oh, by the way,
what?
Here is Barb. I am friends with Barb.
Okay.
I am friends with Barb.
Not
so there.
Is there anything worse than pre-cooked burgers? That's a constant battle I have with my local Lions Club. They buy these cheap, supposedly pre-cooked burgers that all you do is put them on the barbecue and flip them 2 or 3 times and make them hot, and then you got a burger, and it's like, really?
It's gross.
Yeah. It's like, why can't we?
See, I was getting raw burgers and cook them.
That's a lot of work, though. What happens? I think we should go with, we don't know how many people are coming. If we just bring a barbecue and some burgers and some hot dogs and and the condiments, we are ready to go. And drinks. Everybody, okay, we should tell everybody to bring their own drinks. How about that?
I was going to ask about that. If we were doing bring your own.
I think that's a good idea, because that way you're not going to end up with a bunch of people drinking something that nobody wants.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody bring your own cooler, bring your own drinks. And we've made sure that we're not eating pre-cooked burgers. I'm speechless, Mike. That is just like pre-cooked burgers.
Well, good thing I talked to Marvin, huh?
Yeah,
well,
thanks.
I'm gonna back him up on that. I've went to the well on that play many a time, and I mean, from tailgating at a Brewer game to just having a bunch of people over, and I don't know. I'm gonna take it certainly is, because then you're not, that's one less thing that you have to do.
Right.
But I understand the whole, fresh is best type thing, but
yeah, so it's convenient. So in other
drive 200 miles down there too.
Well, it's convenient, and therefore, basically, what you're saying is the people you invite over to be guests, or the people you invite to your tailgate parties, are nothing but a hassle. So you're just making it as easy for yourself as possible.
Well, no, it's because I want to socialize with them. That's why. If I can't socialize if I'm minding the grill.
Well, so you're socializing them and giving them a dried out burger.
Dried out? No way. You put them in a bath.
A little bit of water,
onions.
a little bit of onion soup,
and
a little bit of onion
beer.
soup mix, and a little bit of beer in there. And what you do is you put it on top of a rack. See, the problem is people let it sit in that brine, and then they get all mushy. Then you don't do that. You put a rack inside there and let them sit on top, so that way while they're heating through, all that moisture just kind of circulates through everything. See where I'm coming from, Andy?
Oh yeah, I've like I said, I've played that card many a time.
Okay, well, why don't we do this? You want to have a clinic? You guys bring some of your pre-cooked burgers, and with the cheese on them, and I'll make some burgers.
Oh yeah,
and then we'll see which burgers are more tasty. the ones that have been sitting in a puddle of water for the last couple hours.
Puddle of beer. It's different. It's beer and onion.
Beer.
There's no alcohol. No alcohol is allowed in the park, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that you're dead in the water right there.
We'll just use Miller Lite. There's no alcohol in there.
There's not really any alcohol in there.
Little Mike, have you ever done that?
I have, occasionally, but fresh is definitely better.
Yeah, because you care about your guests,
right?
And when they come over, hey, can I have a burger? Sure. Oh, hey, Kevin, how you doing? How's it going? What'd you see there? And then you're having a little discussion with him while you're lovingly flipping his burger. And then when he's not looking, you give him the one that fell on the ground.
Brush the grass off it and be good to go.
Yeah, exactly. So now, see, I'm looking at these pop-up shelters. Some of them are like $270, and I saw them at my local Lowe's. They were only $130. And then remember last year, David Start and his brother came, and they brought like a 12 by 16 foot one. We were all set to go at that point.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
Is Shane coming?
Him and Tony are coming together. They're going to RPM meet on Friday. It's apparently the same weekend as the St. Louis RPM meet. So that was poor planning on my part. But and then then they're coming from that, and they're coming in Tony's Lincoln.
Ooh,
fancy.
Yeah.
You don't want a guy showing up in a Lincoln and then giving him a dried out burger.
Those are the guys you want to give a dried out burger to, especially since he belittled me on viewer mail 64.
Oh, did he? Well, how did he do that? How did he do that?
Well, he said my son was Luke's son.
Oh. Yeah, well, he got confused, but I don't know. Is that belittling you, or is that
the lack of words? I'm not good at words, so belittle was the first one that popped into my mind. Slighted, yeah. Yeah, maybe
insulted.
My ire was all built up there from just listening to the viewer mail, and it's
somebody corrected him pretty quick, though.
Yeah, Tag was all over that.
Was that show even any good? Because when I was sitting here listening to it, I'm thinking, man, this is just a friggin' disaster. You listened to it in the raw, or you listened to it right off the conveyor belt. How was it?
I thought it was quite enjoyable.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's quite a good cross section of comedy and some community, and then some, real model or real railroading in there. So I thought I learned a lot. I laughed a lot. Got mad at Tony. It was all good.
You laughed. You cried. How did I sound?
You sounded great.
Oh, okay, that's good.
How did I sound?
Your voice is very off-putting.
Thanks.
Spoon, I'm going to apologize now. This is one of the most irritating parts of my personality that I'm going to apologize for. And I hope this show goes on for years and years and years. And we're all on it together for years and years and years and years. I hope we're celebrating the 10th year and the 15th year and the 20th year. But I think you can almost guarantee, and I think anybody that, my son or my wife or Barb or anybody that knows me really well, year 20, no matter where we're having the picnic, this is one of the questions I'm going to be asking you. So are you bringing those dried out pre-cooked burgers?
and I'm going to I'm going to make 2 of them, and I'm going to put them in the freezer, and I'm going to keep them in there so they'll be like nice and freezer burn.
Yeah.
So that's my challenge. That's my there's your clinic right there. Somebody bring their pre-cooked. Andy, you bring a couple of your pre-cooked burgers. Mike, you bring a Spoon. You bring a couple of your pre-cooked burgers, and I'll have a couple of regular burgers, and we'll make Kevin Marks eat all 6 of them, and then. Who's bringing their fast track fixtures? That'll be Kevin.
Well, Kevin could. I mean, I don't think the vehicle weight restrictions on the highways wouldn't allow it.
I don't think he goes anywhere without them, does he?
I don't think so.
That's how he picks up the babes. I always love it when there's silence.
Yes, that is how you pick up babes.
Yeah. So, Mike, you've been little Mike. You've been making a lot of turnouts.
I have. I'm starting on my next 30. I did 6 yesterday.
Really? You did 6? And are you doing those in the fixtures, or are you doing those on the template?
In the fixtures, because they're faster.
Who was I just talking to about templates? Somebody was telling me. I was doing an interview with somebody. Who was it?
Who was that?
I don't know.
Did he just release that one?
Was that on Viewer Mail? Maybe it was on Viewer Mail. I don't know. They all run together for me. I love it how Peter Borchers will send me a note saying, I really like such and such. He'll quote something in the latest show, and he'll say, you said X, Y, and Z, and I went, I did. I'll be taking your word for that. So are you making them with templates, or are you making them in the fixtures?
Most of them are done in the fixtures. My curved turnouts that I did on templates. Just I didn't want to buy the fixture for 4 or 5 turnouts. But everything else I have a 5, 6, and 8 fixture. Okay.
James Mattern. That's who it was. We were doing viewer posts number 24. I don't even think 19's been published yet. But we're doing viewer post vacation cruise number 24, and James Mattern was on there. And he's building all those fixtures. He's building all those turnouts for Tom Jacobs, and he just does them freehand. Sometimes he uses a template. And I'm thinking, I couldn't do that in a million years. Like, you're basically just building turnouts on top of paper templates.
Yeah, it's a little more challenging that way. I mean, it just takes a lot longer than using a fixture.
And so you built 6 yesterday using the fixture?
Yep.
Wow. And you're replacing them all on your layout?
Yeah, I've done 55 so far.
Wow.
And I've got another batch of 30 to do to finish my yard up. And then I probably have another 30 after that. Then I should be done. I think it's 120, 130 turnouts by the time it's all said and done.
Okay, here's your clinic. Tell me, I want you guys to tell me if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Here's your clinic. We figure out how to get power there. Kevin Marks straight up against Mike Wachowski.
Building fixtures.
Yeah,
building turnouts.
See who can build the number 6 the fastest using them.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, that's accepted. A good idea.
I just want some brand new diamond.
I like that idea.
Did you say accepted?
Ooh. Sure, I'll go for it.
All right. Well, there you go. There's your clinic right there.
Some power, though.
Yeah, and then
gauntlet has been thrown.
And then every once in a while, you take a break and have a chew out of one of Mike's pre-cooked burgers. I can't believe you guys serve pre-cooked food to your guests. It's like you don't even care about them.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
All right, so, Mike, or Andy, how's your new layout coming? That's how I want to talk to you about, Andy, because this we can. So I still got two Andy Dorsch. I got 2.5 hours of Andy Dorsch I got to put out in the next month or two. But that was deciding to take your old layout down and starting a new layout.
Yes, that's right.
So what's happening with the new layout?
So the new layout is, we're just finishing the planning stages of it right now and looking to start construction here in the next week and a half.
Really? Who's planning it with you?
So I started a small Facebook group just to kind of get everyone together that I wanted to help plan it. So I asked Spoon and Luke Lemons and Silent H and another friend of ours, a couple friends of ours. I think, Mike, you're in it as well.
Yep.
That just to get together to bounce ideas off of. So I think there's 7 of us, and we're all just kind of working together to kind of come up with a good track plan that fits the prototype that I wanted to represent. So it's worked out pretty well. I'll throw up a track plan or an idea, and then someone will come back with a comment and say, "Nah, it's probably not going to work," or maybe have you thought about trying this instead?
So some people who thought they were your friends weren't invited to be part of this.
No. So certain podcast hosts, stuff like that, we didn't want that. But all kidding aside, it was basically I had went to visit obviously Luke's layout, and then I got to run on Mike's layout, little Mike, and got to go see Dennis Eggert's layout in Appleton, just to kind of get like an idea of the different types of layouts that are all within our area, and the different types of operation they have, the different types of prototypes they follow. And then just kind of we put this little working group together to talk about it. And since we're all close in terms of geography, it was just pretty easy. Not to mention most, or if not all, the people in the group knew about the prototype that I wanted to model, so they had quite a bit of information to help me with it.
So is it like going to be super complicated, or did you keep it easy, or what?
So I think I had shown you a couple of preliminary drawings, and the original track plans were terribly complicated. But I think we've kind of made it a little simpler. The one piece of complication that we do have is one town called Wisconsin Rapids. It is a complicated town to begin with in terms of a track plan, so we tried to simplify it, and but it'll be interesting to say the least.
Okay. So how did you? So you didn't want a public Facebook page because you were afraid you'd get too many suggestions? Yeah.
In my travels, I've found that a small group makes the most progress. If you have a lot of people sitting back and taking pot shots at it, and especially if they don't understand the concept or what you're trying to do or accomplish, then it's really not productive.
Right. And you must have set a pretty low bar for who could get in. And
yeah, it was, basically it was.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, you got it working again. Yeah. You got your Wi-Fi working again.
It started working on its own.
Oh, okay. What is up with your Wi-Fi? You know what I'm going to get? You know what you got to get is a Google. I got one there the other day, and it's some fancy Google thing with different stations you stick around the house.
Yeah, I've got an extender, so it's
It's not working.
It's the way the house is set up.
You gotta buy one of those
different
gaming routers.
Or is there a gaming router?
Yeah, that's what I have.
I'll have to do something.
So were you part of this track planning group?
I was supposed to be.
But you got kicked out, or?
Well, no, I was just wasn't available that day because I believe I was taking Evan over to La Crosse, if I remember serves correctly.
Yeah.
To help him move into his new apartment. So I kind of had to take care of do a dad thing.
But you're doing it on Facebook as well, though, right? The track planning thing. Did Andy leave?
I'm part of. Yeah, I'm on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Both Mikes have been a part of my Facebook group.
Right.
So they've been offering feedback, and Spoon has been real helpful with getting me some information on. He got me a timetable on the line and kind of pointed out some neat, nuances of the line that most normal people probably wouldn't have picked up on.
So maybe my microphone's not working. Let me try again. I think my mic must have cut out before. So, Spoon, are you part of this track planning group?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah, this picnic's going to go really well.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
If you're coming from a long distance, maybe you should just rethink your plans. I'm looking forward to, I know Jordan Kramer already got a room. I'm looking forward to meeting him. I'm looking forward to seeing who all comes. And now after this today, which is June 25th, now we'll start talking about it in earnest on the Facebook page. Because everybody knows that we got Badger Burgers coming. Those we feel confident on. Little Mike, you're getting the buns, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna
brownies.
And brownies, you're bringing brownies. And Andy's getting
brownies.
hot dogs and sliced cheese. And I'm going to stop and get condiments at Walmart. I think Spoon, you're bringing a couple of tables. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring one too.
Yeah, Mike and I. Right, Mike?
Yep.
All right. So then all we got to figure out is the canopy. And I will figure something out on that. Maybe I'll just buy one and ship it to you guys or something. I'll ship everybody a canopy.
There you go.
Hey, what's this?
He'll have like 7 of them. Boy, that would be cool if David Stark and his brother came again, because then they could bring their big pop-up thing. That was a great day we had last year, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was beautiful weather.
The weather was great, and it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It was hot, and we had a lot of fun. And we were there for what, 6 hours, 7 hours? Good time.
Oh yeah.
Didn't seem like it was long enough.
No, that's for sure. It's a great idea. And I know Tom Jacobs wants to host it at his house next year, except I think Peter Borchardt might be coming. So we might have to have it one more year in Rochelle and then send it over to Tom Jacobs' house. So let's do some model railroading before we finish this thing up. So tell me, Spoon, what do you think of this plan?
What do I think of Andy's plan?
Yeah.
I for the space that he has like some weird things that have to get around, and the way
Obstacles.
that he's using his space it's pretty efficient for the space that he has and the obstacles he has to get around. So I like it so far.
Okay, don't let it get too complicated, because I remember, Andy, when you first put it out there, I thought didn't I say it was too complicated?
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of doubling back and hidden trackage that I think people would have just got lost trying to follow a train around the layout. Now I think we've captured the main focus points that I wanted to capture, cut out a bunch of the complication of it, and just kind of made it, 3 towns on the lower deck and 2 towns on the upper deck, and that's it.
So it's going to be a double deck layout then?
It is going to be a double decked layout.
And what's the overall size?
I want to say it's about 20 by 35.
Okay. So it's a good sized layout then.
Yeah, it's going to be good sized, but I'm not going to, build it all in one bite. We've we can chunk it out and still operate the layout as you build it. So you can kind of troubleshoot it as you go along. So it's not just one big, massive, thing that you got to undertake.
All right. And little Mike, what do you think?
I like his plan. His first couple were pretty complex, but I think he's got it down to a good manageable size, and I think it should be fun to operate.
And
no, he's got to start building.
Right. And is it going to have a helix in it, or is it just kind of a continuing grade? Or
yes, it will have both. So we'll have one helix on. It'll be near the Fond du Lac, or Shops Yard, as a bunch of people call it, and then once you leave Shops Yard to go down the marsh line, we're going to play on the elevation change that occurs on that subdivision. So in Fond du Lac, where the subdivision starts, it's at 700 feet above sea level, and then where it ends in Marshfield, it's somewhere close to 12 or 1,100 feet above sea level. So we'll have a constant grade to kind of get it up, almost like a no-licks or a no-helix, but there'll be a constant grade to get to the second level. And then the helix is just used as kind of basically a way to get trains to go up to the second level, but without going through the marsh line.
And are you modeling a prototype, or?
I am, yes.
And how come you switched? Because you had the Mascoutin.
Yeah, so the Mascoutin Valley.
Yes.
I think the reason that I switched was I went to the Chicagoland prototype meet,
right,
or the RPM there, and I think that pretty much put my freelance railroad right in the garbage can, because when I saw the type of modeling that happened there, and the type of research, and just the different techniques that these people were using to put real life elements into their model railroad, I really latched onto that. I could really grab onto it. Whereas the freelance, I kind of had to make everything up, and it was a little difficult to visualize at times, or come up with like an operating plan on how this railroad's supposed to run.
Right.
But if I model a prototype, it's already there, done. We can figure it out.
That's a great argument we could have. That's a discussion I've had forever and ever and ever, because my argument was always, as far as movies go, like your favorite movies are like, Back to the Future, or Smokey and the Bandit, or whatever your favorite movie is. Almost 98 times out of 100, it's or 90 times out of 100, it's just a fictional movie made up. And documentaries aren't that interesting. However, for model railroading, it's almost the exact opposite for everybody.
Correct.
Yeah, people like to model prototypes a lot more than they like to do freelancing, because I think in freelancing you got to make a lot of decisions, whereas if you model a prototype, it's just this is what it was, and there's no decisions to make. You just model it.
I think that's one way the hobby has changed over the last 30 years. I remember when I was a kid, I don't remember anybody doing prototype. These have prototype engines and stuff, but you didn't usually model a specific area. I think that's really been a big change in the hobby. And maybe it was just the area that we live in, but
no, I think you're right. I think that's a very good observation. I think that's probably what I've been trying to say for quite some time now, and I didn't even realize it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think when we were growing up, though, it was a lot more difficult to model up as a prototype.
Well, that's very true too.
Right.
It was the technology wasn't there. The equipment wasn't exactly. I mean, it took a lot more work to get something to look like what it's supposed to look like. It took a ton of work, and
right.
Now you can just go buy it and take it out of a box. But
well, even the access to research is so much easier now. I mean, I could never model this 30 years ago. I mean, I'm modeling something that's 1,200 miles away from me, and with everything that's available online. I mean, it's a lot easier than it would have been 30 years ago.
I'm modeling something that's 1,000 yards away from my house, and because of the internet, I've learned more about it than I ever thought I could. There's so much that I've learned about this line that I'm modeling. It's just because everything's on the internet.
Yeah, and what are you modeling?
The line that I'm modeling is a Chicago and Northwestern subdivision or branch that ran between Fond du Lac and Marshfield, and it's called the Marsh Line.
Okay, and that's because I think you said it ran right near your parents' house, didn't it?
Yeah, our parents' property backed right up to the tracks.
Yeah.
So.
And what year are you going to model?
So right now I'm modeling 1971, 72, and 73.
Oh, okay. I was going to say 72, so I would have been right there in the middle.
Yeah.
That's perfect. All right. Okay, cool. All right, well, good luck with it. So any chance I'll ever get a chance to get into this planning group, or is it you've pretty much decided who's in and who's out, and that's the end of the story?
There'll be an initiation.
Hey, don't laugh. We all had to go through it.
Yeah. Well,
and you'll know when it happens.
Exactly. And the crazy part is you're the first guy to learn how to lose your superfan certificate.
I told you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we've been talking for almost an hour. So we're all set now. Mike's going to bring, Spoon's going to bring the barbecue and the burgers and a table.
Pre-cooked.
No. You can bring some pre-cooked if you want, but don't, I'm not eating them. I am not eating pre-cooked burgers. I'm sick of pre-cooked burgers. It's like, no thanks. I don't want some. You know what the problem is? My mother couldn't cook at all. Like, at all. My mother could not cook at all. And she would pre-cook the turkey, and then she would put it back in the oven to heat it up, and it would basically be like eating
turkey jerky.
Yeah, soft cardboard.
Oh.
There was no taste to it, nothing. It's like,
Oh.
see, and I like to socialize when I'm making the burgers and flipping the burgers. It's like, Sherry, we got one ready right here. So okay, so Spoon's bringing a table, a barbecue, and the burgers. Mike, you're bringing the hot dogs. No, you're bringing the buns and the brownies and a table.
Yep.
And Andy, you're bringing the hot dogs and the cheese slices.
Right.
And then anybody that wants to bring anything else, knock yourself out. Everything is welcome.
Probably just make a mention, if you got a lawn chair that you want to bring, you should probably bring that too.
Yes, yeah. Bring your own chairs and bring your own liquid for refreshments. Your diet. You bring your own Diet Pepsi, your own whatever it is you drink. What do you drink, Andy? What's your go-to beverage?
As of late, it's been Pepsi.
Like straight up or diet?
Yeah, just straight up Pepsi.
Wow. So you're still fitting into an XL?
Actually, I've lost some weight.
Oh, really? Drinking straight up Pepsi?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy mackerel. How much you down to? Are you still above the 250?
No, I think I've just leaked under 250 now. Lost a notch on the belt.
There you go. Attaboy. So what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. My little Mike, what's your beverage of choice?
Well, it's changed. It used to be Diet Mountain Dew, but I've cut out caffeine in the last couple of months to help my blood pressure.
Okay.
So now it's straight up water.
Oh, man.
I know. Boring, right? But I feel a million times better at my blood. I've actually cut out one of my blood pressure meds because of it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of stick with it.
I was doing one of my straight through drive homes from Florida, and I was pretty much doing it on Diet Mountain Dew. And by the time I left Florida, and by the time I got to Pittsburgh, my lips were vibrating.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I like Diet Mountain Dew, but I always water it down.
I
always water it down. I pretty much all my soda drinks I water down. What's your beverage of choice there, Spoon?
For pretty much the same kind of reasons as Little Mike's is. I've been going with straight up water or these Vita Ice carbonated flavored spring water, sparkling water things. I've cut out all sorts of caffeine, carbs. I'm been on a pretty steady decline weight wise, and I had to pretty much doctor's orders to get this stuff down. So, yep.
So you guys are like a lot of fun. Water
like
and pre-cooked burgers. I'm gonna hang out with Andy and his Pepsi.
That's probably a good call.
And all you guys are losing weight. You should all hang around with Chris Adams, the AML fit guy.
Oh, I'm not exercising.
Yeah, you're straight here.
Oh, see, that's what I've been doing is exercising. So.
Oh well.
I'll go hang out with Chris.
Yeah. I don't see where this.
Did you see where he turned 30,000 miles on his bike?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like motorcycle?
No.
Bicycle. Bike.
I got 1,000 miles on my one in Florida, but that's taken me like 5 years to do that.
That's a lot of riding.
Yeah. You gotta try walking 60 miles in 5 days. That's a lot of walking.
Especially with bad shoes.
Yeah. I at least got better shoes this year. I'm at least gonna start out with better shoes.
I think you should just do the socks and sandals thing and be done with it.
Yeah, exactly. The sandals, the last 3 miles was in sandals on the side of and the gravel shoulder, and man, that was brutal.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Last year was.
How many rocks got under your feet?
Oh man, it was brutal. If Bruce Kelly hadn't been there and Bruce Wilson's wife, man, I would have been crawling the last 3 miles. But this year I had 8 blisters last year, so this year I'm going for 4 blisters. That'll seem like I'm walking on pillows if that happens.
Right?
Oh yeah.
All right, I think we're ready to go. Are we not on this picnic?
I think so.
Yes.
I think we've got it all under control. Andy, are you going to bring you should bring your track plan.
I can bring my track plan.
There you go. That's a great idea.
I can bring the track plan.
Yeah, bring your track plan so we can see it.
Yeah.
And that would be lots of fun. And Mike is going to have a turnout building contest with Kevin Marks.
Yep. That should be interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially we don't have power.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll make it even better.
That'll be.
You got to make sure Kevin's going to be able to be there.
You know what? I think I think he'll come. We'll hopefully come. And if he doesn't come, then he loses the contest, I guess.
Right.
He's a He's a DNS. Did not start. And if we need electricity, Andy can bring his stationary bike and just
right away.
Yeah, I'll channel my inner Chris Adams and we'll give her hell.
Okay, that's it. I think we're done here. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I had an idea before we run away.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it's possible or not, but
sure.
There are the chances we could get some AML barbecue T-shirts made up before then.
Yeah.
Like, Rochelle 2018 AML, whatever. Or
I got something. It's not a T-shirt, but yeah, that'd be a cool idea too.
Yeah. We survived the soggy burger.
Yeah. Yeah. Soggy Burgers 2018.
Oh, you just wait.
It'd be a Spoon Soggy Burgers restaurant.
Okay, Andy, Mr. Baseball.
Yeah.
Mr. Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
From 51 to 56, two Gold Glove winners. He won the Gold Glove twice. Played shortstop, and for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Who was it?
Oh, it's got to be Soggy Burgers.
Exactly. What a player.
Oh my God. He had so much range.
Yeah, there was nothing like watching Soggy Burgers turn a double play.
It's another Lincoln Homer. Oh, we forgot to get Ralph on again.